Good morning students, welcome back. Today we are going to see chapter number 8 in English Beehive. That is a poem named On Killing a Tree. Poem is written by Gift Patel. Poem is recording killing of tree or destroying a tree. It is a very sensitive poem. Through the poem, the poet gives a message to us that we should not destroy tree. And also, in order to explain his viewpoints, he has compared trees with human beings. So let us see the poem. Before starting the poem, we will see the word meanings over here. Number one is jab of the knife, means sudden rough blow. Then hack, cut roughly. Curled means curved shape. Twigs means a slender woody shoot, or we can call it as small branches also. Miniature means very small. Boughs, branch. Leprose hide means discolored bark. The bark of the tree which changes into different color after getting dried. Former means earlier. Scorching and chalking means drying up of the tree after being uprooted. And the last is withering, to become dry or lose freshness. Okay students, so we are going to start the poem. I want you to take out your Beehive textbooks and turn it to page number 110. I am going to read the poem as well as going to give you the explanation. So we will see paragraph wise. Okay. So start. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. If we want to kill a tree, if anyone wants to destroy a tree, it is not that much easy. If we give the tree one jab of knife, means if we give sudden rough blow, we hit the tree or we try to cut the tree, it is not the end. The tree doesn't end there. Okay. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. So poet says us, the tree has taken so many years to grow into full. Also, tree has consumed water from the ground, then sunlight, air, and all the nutrients, and then only gradually and slowly it has taken its complete place. And then it grows into a big tree, sprouting leaves. The branches and leaves come out and it becomes into a great height. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. If anyone cuts it into so many pieces, then only no one can kill the tree completely over here. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. The bleeding bark will heal. Poet says that. Here, bleeding bark is compared with human life. As we get cut on our body, okay, from there blood comes out. In the same way, as we cut a tree, from the tree some fluid comes out. That fluid is called as sap. So, as we get cut, blood comes out, and after some days, the wound gets healed. In the same way, it happens with the tree also. The sap or the fluid of the tree, when tree is cut, it comes out, and after some time what happens here? The tree gets healed itself. Further will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. And within some days what happens? Again there comes new branches arise from that very place, and then after leaves arises, unchecked, means do not pay attention to that tree, what happens? Within some days, within some weeks or some months, tree gets its place back to the former or the earlier place. No, the root is to be pulled out of the angry earth. So here, poet says that it is not enough to cut a tree and the tree is died. No, if one wants to kill the tree or destroy the tree completely, what one has to do? One has to pull out the tree completely from the ground. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out, snapped out or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave. Yes, one has to what to do? One has to tie a rope around the trunk of the tree, then has to pull it out completely from the earth cave, means from the beneath of the earth. One has to bring it out completely, means one has to uproot the tree. And the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. And then only what happens? The root comes out from the ground. Roots are called over here as the most sensitive and hidden part of the tree, which are there inside the soil. As and when they comes out, we can see the strength of the tree. Due to these roots only, the tree is standing firm on the ground with the help of the root. Further, then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. And as and when we uproot the tree, what happens? Due to the sunlight, air, and changing in the weather, the roots of the tree along with the complete tree, it changes its color. It becomes dry and finally it becomes hard as well. It loses its freshness. Then only we can confirm that now the tree is completely over. Tree is died or tree is destroyed. So in this way, poet tells us that it is very much hard to destroy a tree. So here with this poem, the poet does not want us to kill the tree or to cut the tree. Here he explains us or he persuades us here we should not destroy the tree. Means it is not that much easy. Okay, he compares the tree in order to create a sensitive decorum over here. What he does, he compares the tree with the life of human being. It is not easy to kill anyone. Can we cut ourselves? No, we cannot cut. Because what happens? It hurts. So in the same way, trees are also having life. As we grow gradually, trees also grow gradually. So in the same way, we should not cut the trees. We should not destroy them. And finally, in opposition to that, what we have to do? We have to grow more trees. Okay, students. So that was the main idea of the poem. That's all for today. Thank you.